Hi, everybody. Welcome to Reality Bars TV, where we talk about all things reality TV shows. Welcome, welcome. It's good to have you here. Listen, you guys, please do me a favor before you watch this video, especially if you come around this channel a lot. Okay, check below if your subscribe button is looking gray or black. If it's looking black, it's not a good thing because it means that you have not become a member of this family. Please press it so that you can be a subscriber on this channel. Do like the video before you watch it so that you don't forget at the end, and also share it with your friends so that they can also come over here and enjoy this review. We are going to do the full review of episode 6 of The Real Housewives of Durban. This is season 4, you guys. Listen, my baby is in the background, so if you hear some noises, Siposeto is playing, you guys. So listen, we meet again Angel's mom because Angel is hanging out with her mom. I think they're having like a spa day or something, and or they getting pedicures, I think. And so she's just updating her mom, you guys. Listen, her mom, I think they do want to present this thing that they like friends, with her mom, and they talk about everything. But then again, when I looked at her mom was like had this plain face, and she like, okay, and was not having any reactions. And it was like, Ngati Uti, okay, asishoot the scene is great. I'm just here for you, my baby. You want to shoot the scene, let's do it. But I don't even know what is going on. I'm not even sure who are these people that you keep updating me about. She looked like that, you guys. Okay. So she is updating her mom about the doctor's visit, and what went on, how she was emotional going to the visit, and also just finding out that she does not have fertility issues, which some of us already knew that she does not have fertility issues. And now, you guys, she's trying to turn that storyline around into saying that it was because of her misinformation, or she wasn't educated enough on the subjects. That's why she had made the conclusion that she might have fertility issues. Okay, I'm not buying it, you guys. So she's talking about the fact that she's going to have this event that I guess is celebrating that she never had fertility issues, because she never had fertility issues. So she's going to have an event to celebrate that. And that this storyline is boring for me, you guys, because I do feel like Angel took a very sensitive issue and made it into a storyline that didn't need to be. She really didn't need to do the storyline on the show, especially because she did not have any issues. She hadn't checked with the doctor. So she also updates her mom about the boyfriend that never was. Okay, she says that her boyfriend is I guess spending more time in his business, and so they're not having a lot of time together. And so now she doesn't wish to move forward with Ilobola. I mean, I think a lot of us thought that in episode 1 that there was never going to be a Lobola. I knew this was another Lonely London situation where somebody talks about Umembeso that never comes. Okay. And she says she's inviting everybody. Even inviting Maria, which she has fought with a lot, okay, and has said horrible things about her behind her back. She's inviting Maria. Remember, Maria was like, Angel and the truth don't know each other, okay, because Angel is a liar, okay, when she was hanging out with Neil. But Maria is invited, but Zama is not invited, you know? These ladies don't make sense. If you're not inviting Zama, don't invite Maria, because Zama is Maria to you. Maria is Zama, Zama is Maria. It's the same thing when it comes to the relationship with Angel. Okay, I feel like they're the same. Okay, but she decided that she's not going to invite Zama. She says, even though we haven't gotten along with Maria, but I see her on Instagram with her baby, and every time she's talking about her baby, it's cute and whatever. I'm like, whatever. So I guess that the event is supposed to be based around motherhood. Okay. Anyway, you guys, and it's interesting that the person that looks like is having a genuine fertility journey is the person that is not invited to this event. Okay. Real Housewives, the producers will be messy sometimes, the person that is really like having a gen, like I feel like when I watch Zama's story and I watch Angel, I'm more inclined to believe Zama's story than I am Sky Angel. But Angel is doing, this event and not inviting Uzama. But anyway, you guys, I thought that when I realized Zama wasn't coming, hey, the event might be boring, but I was wrong, okay? The second scene, you guys, it was also Risha getting a visit from Mabusi. Of course, it was supposed to be a surprise, but it was no longer a surprise really to us because we had seen the review, the preview. So we saw that Mabusi was going to be making an appearance, and that also Risha was the person that was going to bring her on, you guys. I do know that Usorisha and Mabusi never really had issues with each other, but I also know that it didn't look like they were like besties at the time. So I guess maybe that was the only person that they could use to bring Umabosi back. I do feel like, you guys, that the producers brought Umabosi mainly to bring in a drama, because maybe they were feeling like everything now is becoming about Uzama. And at the same time, they are not wanting to invite Uzama to the event. So obviously, when Zama is not around, it's going to be boring. So let's bring someone else. So if you're not going to invite Zama, then we're going to bring Mabusi. I feel like there was a plan, because vele bekuzobhora nje guys, bekuzobhora kube uMabusi akafikanga, even though of course I have opinions on how that whole thing went. Guys, I'm always happy to see Umabusi. And I know people have been saying Umabusi has been exploited by the producers, because every time they want to bring somebody that is gonna come and do something trashy on the show, they are going to bring her. Okay, and I get that. Okay, but I remember Mabusi saying that for season one, she was the one that was reluctant to take the contract as a permanent cast member, because she didn't know how the show was going to be like. That was season one. Season two, she says the issue was that with her, like, in order for you to do Housewives and your storyline to be interesting, she felt like you need to have a husband or a partner, and maybe things going on with your family, with your businesses. At the time, she felt like she wasn't dating anybody. And then also she said that it was only going to be her mom, and her son. Okay, I think she could still do it, you guys. I mean, people have done Real Housewives with zero storylines. Okay, so she did not do it. But I feel like for me, you guys, Nami, I will be careful about that, because I will be feeling like I'm being used here. Unless she is really being paid a lot of money, it does not make sense that she keeps coming back as a friend of the show, but then brings in all the drama and then gets the backlash and then she leaves, Because if they're going to use her like that, why not make her a permanent cast member on the show? That is the thing. So I agree with the people that feel like she is being exploited by the producers. I do wonder why she's allowing it. I really would love to know how much she's getting paid, you guys. I hope it's good money. But with the Housewives, we doubt, because people that have spoken about money on Real Housewives, they're saying it's not a lot of money. So Mabusi is at Sorisha's house, and she gets there, you guys. They're hanging out. It looked like, it didn't feel to me like it's the first time that she's there, because it wasn't like, when you come into Sorisha's house, you want to be, oh my God. She wasn't having that reaction. It was more like, okay, I've seen this before. So I was like, maybe they are friends. I don't know. So they're talking about the fact that Mabusi is back in the hair business, and apparently she had focused on the yoni steaming situation that she will always talk about while she was on the show. And so they sit down to talk, okay? And also, Risha decided that she's going to invite her to Angel's event. And it turns out that Mabusi knows Angel, because Mabusi is friends with Ulungelo, who's also friends with Angel. Remember, Ulungelo made an appearance in the first episode with Angel. And we know Mabusi did an interview too with Lungelo, so they had met there by the podcast and had a conversation. And she says, she seems like a lovely girl. They had a positive experience, so Sorisha decides that she's going to invite her. So now she says that she's not in a good place with Jojo because we all know the story. I explained it in my other video, you guys. They had, after the season 2, they had done a show together, but Jojo changed on her. Jojo all of a sudden blocked her after they had forgiven each other, talked about the issues and all of that. And I did talk about that in details of what happened, the background of what happened with Mabusi and Jojo. Just in case you don't know, go watch a video that is titled Jojo versus Mabusi. Okay. And then they talk about the Mabusi vibes, guys. It really is interesting to me that when they talk about the Mabusi vibe, Mabusi is careful to say, listen, when the Mabusi vibe situation started, I had no reaction. Okay. Which for me means that she did not think it was a negative thing initially when Unonko said. And she says that the only time that she was bothered was when Umbali started explaining it. Okay, so Umbali was saying that, listen, you guys used to look down at Umabusi and you guys used to say, "Kuthingane selokishini, that is going to pull your weaves," and all of that. So that is when she started to feel like, oh, that means that the Mabusi vibe situation is not a good one. Okay. So she says, "Ukuthi they had not really had a conversation with Unonku about that. But guys, I'm not surprised. Unonku never liked Umabusi. Someone said in the comment section that Unonku is a classist. I think they are right. I think Unonku, you have to look like you're rich and you can afford for you to be friends with you. I think that's the reason she dropped um Usli as a friend, because Usli just doesn't have, he's not as rich as Abu. Like, you have to be richer than Unonku for Unonku to be friends with you. It looks that way. And even though, guys, if you look at season 2, Jojo really mistreated Unonko, did not like Unonko. In fact, Jojo looked down at Unonko, but Unonko still pushed to be friends with Jojo. The same thing that she did with Annie, and it never worked. The same thing that she did with Sorisha, because Unonko at some point was Zama, where everybody just did not want to hang out with her. She drinks a lot. She says the wrong thing at the wrong time. But because they are richer, she was just like begging for their friendship. So if she feels you are lower than that, she's not going to be friends with you. That's why she doesn't like Mabusi. And maybe that's why she also dropped Usli, because of course we all know Usli is financially overstretched. Okay. So you guys, that's how it goes with Umabusi. No, sorry, because they end up saying, listen, we're going to go to this event. Okay. Now you guys, Jojo and Maria are hanging out at, is it at Jojo's house? And then they've invited Emmy as well. Okay. And Jojo was showing her, Maria her art, because now she's getting more serious about her art. I like you guys that they did talk about that with Kelvin, that they want her to be serious now about her art, but they also taking steps to make sure that that's what happens, so that we don't feel like it's just part of the storyline, but not really. So she said she wanted to seek business advice from Maria, because Maria is very business savvy and she can help her with some things. Okay. After, listen, the art was beautiful, you guys, but I'm not really an art person. So for me, it looked like, and I hope Utoto doesn't watch any of my videos, because I don't want her to feel, because she says that she does have certain insecurities about her arts, but she's really good at art. But because I'm not really somebody that understands art, for me, it just looked like a board where somebody just ran like a brush of paint on it. And then Maria's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. And I'm like, yeah, I guess it is. I'm like, I guess it is, because I'm like, if I gave my daughter, because my baby, brush la paint, the painting will come out like that. But I guess, I mean, people that understand art understand it better. Okay. I do like the fact that Maria and not Jojo didn't just sit and have a sit. They didn't just have a sit down about their friendship and pretended to sort it out, but later on did not continue to hang out with each other. It looked like genuinely they are trying to build a friendship with each other. Okay, so I like that, you guys. So now, Amy arrives because they've invited Amy, the ever angry lady on Real Housewives. I've never seen somebody on that reality show who is just like angry, even when she's talking about something that, people are laughing about. She just seems angry. I don't know, you guys. So they sit down and they're having a conversation. Guys, listen, someone is cleaning egcekeni ukunquma izihlahla laphayana so kubangeka umsindo. Working from home. Okay. So now so she arrives, you guys, Amy, and I guess they're just trying to get to know Amy. There is Maria and Jojo. And obviously they're going to ask about Londi. Londi, the Londi that Unonku brought to her event. What's happening. So she tells a story of how they know each other for years, but on social media. This is a thing, you guys, that these ladies are saying things that happen on social media are not that important. For an example, they're saying that it's not when somebody unfollows, it's not a big deal when somebody unfollows you on social media. It's not a big deal when somebody blocks you on social media. But then they have friendships that they have built with people mainly on social media without ever seeing a person. That we followed each other for a long time. We know each other for years, meaning they know each other just on social media. But then when somebody unfollows you and blocks you, it's not a big deal. It's just on social media. Their lives just don't make sense. Okay. So she said they had she had known Londi for some time. And then I guess when the hijacking thing was taking place, Londi had gone to this event where she had, I don't know if the picture popped on her phone and she started talking about Amy. But what she didn't realize was that Amy, the person she was talking to was Amy's friend. And then that a friend went and told Amy. You see now a story like that, you guys. Yes, Ulondi might have said something, but the thing is, how do you verify that your friend is not just wanting you to get into a fight with Londi? I guess we will find out, time will tell if Londi did say all of the things that they said. So I guess Ulondi then continues with life and continues to like pictures Ziga Amy on social media. So when she starts to like pictures, Ziga Amy's like, this lady is being fake. She sends her that long DM that Londi was talking about, which she says that she does not understand what it was about. Of course, you're not going to understand because she doesn't know that the friend went and told. So I guess that's where the confusion is. Londi is thinking, where did it come from, the long DM? But M is like, it came because you spoke about me to someone. Okay. Now, another thing is that Londi London and this Londi, Noko's friend, are friends. Okay. So Londe makes a conclusion that the reason that Amy doesn't like her is because she's friends with Londe London. Because Londe London is dating Kusho Amy, guys. This is not me saying, okay, is dating a scammer. Okay, I guess that is Londe London's recent ex. Okay. She says that Lonely London's ex is also her ex. I'm like, Emmy, have you ever dated a guy nje ongena scandal lutho? Because the ex that they're talking about, who she says is a scammer, is not the same ex, the husband, the hijacking husband. No, because that one has another name, is Ivan something. Okay, and we know Lonely London's ex is someone else. So I'm like, do you have a normal ex? Did you ever have, or have you ever been in just a normal relationship with like a normal person? It doesn't have scandals and has never been to prison. Hey. So now she says then Londi made a conclusion, which the reason she doesn't like her is because of that, but she doesn't care about that. She says Londi London dated someone that scammed her. And I'm like, how did he scam you? Give us more. She also talks about the fact that she's going, guys. Emmy's life is lokhuzana Mzansi wethu bioscope. like honestly, she says that she's going through a court case now because at some point she was fighting with the girlfriend of the husband, because the husband, while she was living with her husband got her an apartment. And one day she went there and took some TV and whatever, because obviously they were married, so the stuff was hers too. And then that's where the case comes from. If this was Zama telling the story, the ladies would be like, oh my God, is it safe to hang out with her? You stole somebody's TV. You have a criminal case against you. If it was Zama, they would be doing like that. But because it's Emmy, they are like, oh my God, you went through all of that. Oh, wow. I'm like, these ladies. When Mabusi came and said, you are fake, they got upset. But all of them are fake, you guys. That is just so fake, okay? So for them, it's like a story depends who is telling it, okay? It's a big deal that Zama was in this relationship with somebody and they have protection orders against each other. It's a big deal. But it's not a big deal that somebody dated a scammer. It's not a big deal that somebody, she's the one, by the way, who said the guy's a scammer. It's not a big deal that somebody has dated somebody that people are saying might possibly be a drug dealer. That is not. No, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal that she has a criminal case that she's attending right now. She's in and out of court right now. No, it's not a big deal. It's what she went through. But with Zama, it's a string of men that she dated. Guys, like, I'm over these ladies, like, over them. Okay. Anyway, I guess they are getting to know Emmy. And you guys, like, to prove with these ladies are fake, all of them, Maria included. Then they talk about how they already knew about the hijacking when Amy started talking about it. They had heard some things about it, but they didn't really go and look into it. Guys, if you are being told that somebody that is coming to hang out with you was in a hijacking that other people are thinking it was fake, you are going to go check it out. Those ladies went and Googled to Amy, all of them. They knew about the hijacking before they met her, but they were acting like, oh my God, really? What happened? Really? They said you lied. Your kids were there. The fakery on Real Housewives, I can't. The Real Housewives of fakery. That's what we should call it, honestly. So then they acting like, oh my God. And then the admins, I knew a little bit about the hijacking. No, you knew a whole lot. Okay. The producers told you about it and you went and Googled it. Okay. Now, you guys, Slee and Sorisha are hanging out at Sorisha's house. Okay, listen, you guys. I'm upset and I'm sad about my sleep because I'm like, what happened with my sleep? Okay. Because now I'm like, which sleep is the real sleep? Is it the sleep from last season or this? Because the sleep from last season was all put together. In fact, she didn't really wear weaves that much this season. She's wearing weaves, but I'm not a weave person, but I'm like, yo, kodwa nje bathini track noma yini akufanele siyibone, akufanele ngathi izophakama. What's happening? Where is the lady that did Slee's hair last season? Where is the lady that did Slee's makeup last season? Where is the person that did her clothes last season? Why did she fire everybody? Because Pella, she said, is she okay? And do right to say, okay. Because, guys, she said this season she's less financially overstretched compared to last season. So how come this season, I know, and I'm like, seriously, one back, please, Hey, I don't know. Anyway, they sit down to have a conversation with Sorisha, and I guess, I mean, Zama is going to be on everybody's, you know lips when they sit down to talk. So they do talk about that, you guys. And I don't know what it is up with everybody wanting Maria to love Angel, okay? Because of course they're getting to know each other and they're having that back and forth because Maria is feeling like Angel lied. And but everybody, when they talk about that situation, they are saying, what is wrong with Maria? I'm like, but what is wrong with Angel? Why did she lie? Sometimes these things they don't make sense. I'm like, why are you saying what is wrong with Maria? Maria is upset that the lady lied. Why did the lady lie? That's the question. So I don't know. I think that determined that we are going to like this one. This one is on our side. This one is, if they are determined that they're going to act like you're a crazy person, then they will act like you're a crazy person. They even go as far as saying they think that Neil is the reason Maria is acting the way that she's acting because Neil is the only thing that is new in Maria's life. I'm like, Neil singing up, man. So then, sorry, she's like, listen, are we being rude to Zama? Of course, you're being rude to Zama, okay? But Zama is also being rude, and Zama is also messy, and all of you are fake. All of that is true, all at the same time. Okay, it exists, all of it at the same time. So Usli's like, yeah, I think that we're being rude to Zama. And they're saying that Uzama feels ukuthi she needs to put people down in order to feel in her power or something like that. And then she deserves to sit down. It's like it's a scholar, guys. It's a crash. It's a crash, Lana. They are saying that, Uzama deserves to sit down. So Sorisha must do the sit down. I was like, oh, Sorisha, I hope you read. Also, to have a conversation with her, you kind of need a psychologist sitting right next to you to make sure that mentally you are okay after the conversation for both of you, okay? Or you need somebody that is going to sit there and interpret, this is what she's saying, this is what you're saying, kind of a situation. So they decided that I guess Sorisha will have a sit down with her, okay? And Lee then talks about the story of her. Listen, you guys, I will need these storylines to move forward. Like we end episode what 6 now. I need the storylines to move forward. Lee is still talking about, I'm having issues with my dad and I'm planning to talk to him. I'm like, you should have spoken to him already. We're in episode 6 and you talked about this in episode 2. Why are we in episode 6 and you haven't had a conversation with your dad? Is this a storyline or is it something that is really happening? I'm like, it's episode 6. We're halfway through, girl. If you're going to speak to your father so that we can get your father's reactions and we can talk about it and then we can close this chapter and move on. Okay. So I think Sorisha's advice was like, sometimes, even with family, there are times where you just really need to close the chapter and be like, I love you, but I'm putting you over there in a love bubble that I'm not gonna go into a lot, you guys. It's very hard to do that with a parent. It's very hard to do that with a parent, but sometimes you do need to do it with a parent, especially when you feel like it's not a parent that has been present in your life, and also they're just not giving you what you need, and the only interaction you have is just you saying I need this, I need this, and I need this, but they never give it to you. So yeah, maybe it is about time, you guys. And yes, you guys. So then it is decided that Sorisha is going to have a conversation with Zama, and that conversation does take place, you guys. Please forgive me, guys. I think I was getting disturbed here. This thing wanted to close, shut down while I'm recording. Anyway, you guys, so the sit down between Sorisha and Zama does take place, you guys. And like I thought, it's a mess, okay? And they come in to sit and talk. Sorisha is like, you know what, you look tired. She's like, yeah, I am tired. And Sorisha in the diary session is like, you know what, I also look tired, but I'm not bringing that in here. I'm not bringing that energy in here, you guys. So I guess Zama is upset that Sorisha hasn't really called her. She's the one that brought her into the group, but hasn't called her to check on her and all of that. So why now is she acting like she cares about her, you guys? And Usorisha is like, listen, we are friends, but we don't have to call each other all the time. I'm like, yeah, Kona, when you're friends, you don't have to call each other all the time. But I guess if your friend is going through something, if you say somebody is your friend and they're going through something, then you would call just to check. You don't have to call each other. Life is busy, but just to check, you guys. Listen, I think the conversation didn't really go well, you guys, because I think Usorisha came in with the thing of maybe wanting to speak to Zama like a mom. This is what maybe you need to give the other ladies a chance. And she says that Uzama is feeling like everybody is being a fake, because she says, "Guti, so you guys, are you guys friends?" And Sorisha says yes. Okay. And in the diary session, I think she asked, when has Sorisha been to Maria's house, for an example. And I think that is a good question, you guys. Even though my friends don't come to my house all the time, but now and then, you're going to have lunchanyana, prayanyana, they come. But sometimes, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think they are friends on the show. Let's say that. I think they are friends on the show, especially with Sorisha, you guys. She doesn't hang out with the ladies a lot. I think last year she did, because they were opening that mall with her husband, and they were always in that mall for whatever reason, and I felt like they are working to promote the mall, so they seem to be hanging out. But normally after a season, you will see Abononkuno, Jojo hanging out now, but you will never see Sorish, because she doesn't hang out. So I don't think that on the show people are Sorisha's friends, like for real. It's just their friends on the show. Okay. So the conversation doesn't go well. To be honest with you guys, it was confusing to me too. But I think the bottom line with Uzama, she's saying that, and she feels like she's being real. And for some reason, because everybody else is fake, that's why they don't understand her. And she's hoping that they don't ice her out, just because she tells the truth, she doesn't lie. And I'm like, but by the way, you guys, listen, I forgot to mention, Osli says, you remember that party that Uzama had, where Uzama, the way it was playing, and we were feeling like, I say we because you guys agreed with me in the comment section. So let me not be a bad person alone. That part that we felt like was too plain, and we felt like it didn't look like a housewife party. You remember she was turning 40, and it was at the restaurant, and she had said that she wanted someone to do the decor, but there was no decor. Apparently there was decor, because there's a lady that organized that event. So I'm like, Haibo, what did the lady organize? Call the restaurant and book a table, because they were at the restaurant, guys. And even at the table, I was like, were there even flowers at the table? So what did the lady do? So apparently, you guys, Zama still owes that friend, because you remember she had referred Zama to a friend who does it. But mina ngiyabuza ukuthi wenzani lo mngani lo, ukhokhelelwani umngani, because they were at the restaurant. But apparently she hasn't paid a friend. She said she was overdrawn, and then there was something about somebody that had died, and she's been making excuses. Uzama. Okay, so that is mentioned. She mentions it when she's having a sit down with Usorish. So Zama owes some people for that party, guys. For that party. I mean, if you have a birthday at the restaurant, you just pay for the food. Why are you having someone to come and do it there? Anyway, you guys, let's do the Zama scene, and then we'll go into the party angel. Okay. So Zama is going to Vitalab. Why is my phone going off like that? It's going to Vitalab to get checked out. She says she has a doctor in Joburg, but that doctor in Joburg had referred her to a doctor at Vitalab in Durban at Mhlanga, so that she can get checked out. Okay. Remember, she said she had an operation to remove fibroids, but she never went. She was supposed to go back for a checkup, and she never went back. So now she was supposed to go back and check, so that she can see everything is clear, and that she won't have issues to have a baby. Okay. I guess for the future, because I'm not clear right now if Zama is with somebody, and if right now she wants a baby, but she wants to know if she can have a baby. So she goes to the doctor. Listen, from the con, because I was trying to figure out, I was like, at this point, I'm not trusting these women with these fertility stories if all of them are true. But it felt to me like it's true. The doctor is referring to her, the procedure that she had. And she said that this is how it looks now. It looks like it has healed. Okay. The lining is fine. They don't need to do another operations, and the eggs are there. So she is happy with that, Uzama, because of course she wants to know if she'll be able to have some babies. That's why I say at Angel's party, it is interesting that the person that actually has a genuine or what looks like, real issues with fertility is not there. Anyway, you guys. So the event now is Angel's event. And Londi comes in. Angel says that Londi had, listen, you guys, you know, she says that Londi worked with my dad in construction. Okay. She says that I worked with my dad in construction and she is my mentor. Ngithi nje cabanga leyo nto leyo. Did we say ukuthi inamanga lengane? I really do feel like the construction companies must be her dad because when she refers to them, she refers to her dad. And yeah, so the Londi that is Nonko's friend was working with her dad in construction. She was her mentor. And I guess her dad was like, listen, my daughter wants to, work for me. So would you mentor her? It sounded like that kind of a situation. They do talk about the with Londi, they do talk about the Emmy situation. She's like, listen, I do feel like I'm confused about what she's upset about, but that's the big DM that she sent me. And I think Angel promises that, you know what, if we get a chance, we'll talk about it so that you guys can resolve it. Okay. And then they talk about how, oh, I think Sorisha called to say, listen, I'm bringing a plus one, So everybody's wondering who a plus one is. In fact, I think they thought it might be Uzama, but obviously it's Umabusi. And anyway, you guys, so they say, so the party was about motherhood. So everybody's there, Angel, Maria, Nonku, Jojo, and remember, all of them are mothers, okay? And I guess then she starts talking about the journey, how at some point she had lumps on her breast, and then she had them removed, and then when she saw the new doctor, and the traces of fibroids were gone. And guys, I don't know. Okay. And then the doctor said there's no fertility issue. And then, anyway, at some point, Sorisha walks in with Mabusi, and everybody's shocked because how it is Mabusi. But here's the fakery, guys. So they walk in because everybody's already sitting down, and they walk in to the party. Usorisha, followed by Umabusi. Everybody's like, and they pretend to be happy. Now, Nonku says in the diary session, oh, Nanguban, I forgot her name. Koche, who is she? I forgot her name. She's being shady. And then George is like, I'm actually happy to see Umabusi. But Umabusi, when she gives George a hug, it's like, hey, I have an issue with you, kind of a hug. So George was like shocked. But I was like, but George, why are you shocked? Guys, I mean, that this lady is I'm like, George, why are you shocked that she's not giving you? And then you guys, she hugs the other people. They sit down. They continue with the party. There's the gift. The gifts are, I thought it was cute. It was every woman with their children. Okay. So like a framed photo of you and your children. Obviously, Mabusi did not get the photo because Mabusi was not invited. So obviously Angel didn't get to do the picture for her. And I don't think that she had a problem with the fact that she did not get a picture because obviously she knew that the invite did not come from Angel. So you guys, then the party, it goes on. It's fun, you guys. She keeps saying she's gonna cry about the situation with Angel, but she doesn't really cry. But she's been saying, when I do this event, I'm going to cry. Even when she's at the event, she says, I'm going to cry, but she doesn't cry. Ooh, because and so they sit down and the Umabusi was like, it's interesting to see Uguti Usli and Nononku they're at a better place, and Nononku's like, Pela Valley, now I'm a new person. So my boss is like, are you a new person? Does that mean that I also feel the same way about the Mabusi vibe, okay? And then Unonku ended up asking her, "Do you need an explanation?" Because she said she had explained what it means, and Umabus is like, "But you never explained it to me." Okay. But then later on, Umabus is like, "You know what? I'm over it." So I didn't understand that. Does she want an explanation from Unonku, or does she not? Or it was just to point out that, listen, I know you said that about me, and I don't really like it much. Okay. Now she says, "Listen, I'm over the issue with Mabusi Vibes, but I have an issue with Jojo. I want to address an issue with Jojo." Now, Jojo was sitting on this side of her, and there was Amy in between them. So she says to Jojo, "I feel like you are fake. I feel like you are fake because we went through what we went through in season 2. We did a show together showing people that we are forgiving each other, but later on you turned on me and blocked me everywhere." That's how the fight started, you guys. And then of course then it ended up being the whole big thing. Okay, now with this scene right here, you have to watch the video of Jojo versus Mabusi to understand what my views are on the whole situation, you guys. Do I think that Mabusi came there knowing that she was going to fight? I think she came there knowing she was going to confront Jojo. I don't know if she knew she was that heated and that it was going to be that heated, the whole thing, but definitely she knew that she was coming to confront Jojo. I think there was a purpose she was brought on by the producer so that she can confront Jojo. I did state, you guys, that on my video, that even though I do feel like they were going back and forth, both of them. I do feel like it was wrong of Jojo to stand up first, because sometimes when you stand up, you are indicating that you want to fight and stand over a person that is wrong. But I do feel like absolutely she did not deserve the statement that Mabusi said, which was the white, I was like, no, okay. I do feel like it is a racist statement. If you say anything referring to somebody's race, it's wrong. I do feel like absolutely that is wrong. She did apologize later, but I did feel like it's something that deserves a more serious and genuine apology afterwards. But you guys, if you want to know more about my thoughts on that scene, the fight, then you can go and watch that video, you guys. Listen, Nonku doesn't want Mabusi to get along with anybody. And it bothers her even when she's trying to now understand George, because they are now sitting trying to talk to each other. And she just doesn't want it to happen. She doesn't want Mabusi to have peace with anybody. Now I'm starting to think, what does Mabusi know about Nonku, that Nonku? Because sometimes I feel like she's too bothered by a presence of Mabusi, you know? And remember, Umabusi would say, "I know you from the streets." Okay. So Umabusi, what do you know about Nonku from the streets? Because now we do need to know, why doesn't she want you around? Anyway, that's what happened, you guys, on the show. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to know more of my thoughts on the fights, then please go and watch the video. Got Jojo versus Mabusi, then you will get to understand what my thoughts are on that issue. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumagana. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Tanda. Kakul.